Hello and welcome to the United Stand, the place where you can get all your latest Manchester United transfer news with that real fan opinion. And there's nothing really to report today, so we're going to do a flashback to the summer of No, we're not. We're not doing anything like that boring. There's loads and loads to discuss, and it's a myth that Manchester United aren't linked to people and everything like that. But I want to start off with Ronaldo. Now, look, obviously I've always said in relation to Ronaldo, until he's holding up a Manchester United shirt, I won't believe it. But I came across this headline, and you know what? We sometimes get accused of clickbait and stuff like that. Listen to this headline in the Manchester Evening News last night. Real Madrid accept Cristiano Ronaldo transfer amid Manchester United speculation. But when you actually read the article, it effectively comes from Diario Gol in Spain that claims that the Champions League winners accept they will lose their talisman this summer and are reportedly preparing for his departure. 33-year-old is reportedly unhappy in the Spanish capital, with the club reluctant to offer him a new bumper deal. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's nothing actually to report there. Ronaldo's not happy because they won't give him the money. Real Madrid won't give him the money, and they accept he's going to go. There's no substance to that at all. I mean, and Ronaldo's just scored an epic hat-trick on Friday night to get a draw against Spain. Why would Real Madrid let him go? But what I want to say about Ronaldo, because he's in the news a lot at the moment, he scored another goal yesterday. The big reason I wanted to bring him up today was really just to ask a question for you to reply in the comments about. We asked this 2 weeks ago, would you swap Ronaldo for Ronaldo for Pogba? And a lot of people said no. I asked the question again, would you swap Ronaldo for Pogba? And get your comments in below and I'll tell you my answer in a minute. But in relation to Ronaldo, what I just want to say from a fan point of view, because we are a fan channel, we're not a news outlet. We respond to news, we discuss news, we're all about fan opinion. As a fan channel, I just want to give you this advice about Ronaldo. Don't think about Ronaldo to Manchester United. It's not impossible, but just don't think about it at the moment. He's playing in the World Cup and he will not be speaking to his Real Madrid manager for at least another 3 or 4 weeks. So Ronaldo to Manchester United, whether you think it can happen, it's far-fetched or not, nothing's going to happen with that for a while. So just relax, enjoy. I always just say in relation to Ronaldo, whether he comes to United, which is unlikely or not, he did play for United. And even if he didn't, him and Messi are one-offs and they're coming towards the end of their careers. So just sit back and enjoy the brilliance, because I don't think we'll see players like them again. Could he come to United? Of course he would. Would I want him at Manchester United? I'll answer that in a question. Well, I would want him. Would I swap him for Pogba? I'll answer in a moment. But the big topic I wanted to talk about tonight was Jerome Boateng. German sources, Bild, are reporting that Bayern Munich want to sell him. Reportedly about £43 million, and there is rumour that United are quite advanced in talks to get him as a centre-back. And there's a very interesting thing that I just wanted to read out to you here about Boateng. He is 30 at the start of September, so basically when this season starts, he'd be 30 if we signed him. And over the last 3 seasons, he's played 19, 13 and 19 league games, which is more or less half or less of their league games over the last 3 years. We talk about injury-prone players. We talk about Phil Jones. We talk about Alderweireld missing quite a lot of games over the last 2 years. And there's Jerome Boateng, who we are linked to there, who's got very, very worrying stats around the amount of league games he's played in the last 3 years. He's 30 in September, and what I've seen of him, he's very tall, but he's not particularly quick. And that worries me. It worries me. I said a couple of weeks ago that if I had a choice between Boateng and Alderweireld, I'd go for Boateng. Everybody's entitled to change their mind, and I wasn't aware of those stats, and I didn't actually realise he was going to be 30 in September. And watching him playing for Germany against Mexico, he was getting turned around and he was slow. He didn't get a lot of help from his fullbacks, but for me, it just stinks of short-termism, and it could be an expensive short-term mistake. So for me, it's a no. On to Toby Alderweireld. I've heard people talking about him being on shortlists again. Look, the reality is, I've been saying for a long time, United aren't in for Toby Alderweireld. I think they'd like to be in for him, but Spurs make it really difficult for us to do deals with him, and I don't think United want to do that sort of deal with Toby Alderweireld. So I don't see him on the table at the moment. That may change over the coming weeks, but I don't see that as an option. I don't think United are in for him and never have. So where does that leave us? I do think we need a centre back. And I've got 4 options. I think there's 4 options. There's Koulibaly at Napoli, who I think would be great, but we never seem to really concretely be linked to. And I always look to people like Di Marzio for that, because he's based in Italy and we're not getting anything out of that. Clement Lenglet, we were linked to a couple of weeks ago. That's gone very quiet. He's got a £30 million release clause. He's in his early 20s. I'd look at him. Skriniar, we've been linked to from Inter Milan. Slovakian centre-back, early 20s again. but Inter Milan don't want to sell him. And then Milenkovic at Sampdoria, who's playing at centre-back for Serbia and is described as the next Vidic. Again, he's been linked with Everton. He's only 20 years of age, so I don't think we're in for him. But that's the sort of centre-back I'd be going for. I think we just need to be... I think these old Alderweireld and Boateng wanters, of which I sort of was in that camp, I think, you know what? It's really short-termism, and it's not the way that Manchester United should be going. I don't know what you think, though. Give us your thoughts below in relation to what centre-backs you would be looking at for Manchester United. Golovin, a little bit about Golovin, the Russian guy who's doing very well at the moment. Tipped to leave Moscow to come to Juventus. His father said that he's learning English. So United fans start thinking, well, not even United fans. I've seen some United fans on about it, but the outlets start talking about it. I think he was more linked to Arsenal. Would I be disappointed if we signed him? No, I'd back him because I think when United sign a player, you've got to back them. If we sign Boateng, I'll back him. If we sign Golovin, I'll back him. Even if we sign Jack Wilshere, I'd back him. I'm not going to be against a player from the first minute. I even backed Fellaini for a bit. But do I think Golovin as I said it last night, and I'm going to start the show tonight with it because someone said it was a really good point. But in short, I think we've got to look at the gap we're trying to close here. I think absence makes the heart grow stronger, but absence also makes the mind forget the bad times. And we were 20 points behind Man City. And is Golovin going to make us close a 20-point gap when he's brand new to this league and needs time to adjust and settle in? No, he's not. And that's what concerns me about a signing like him. He would play as an attacking midfielder. We've got Lingard, who can be a little bit inconsistent. We've got Mata, who Mourinho doesn't play that much. Golovin, I think if we're going to sign an attacking midfielder, I think it has to be a Willian. I think it has to be a Bale. I think it's got to be somebody who's either very Premier League proven or world class. I think Golovin is not Premier League proven and he's not world class yet. So there's a risk element to that. I don't think we'll go for him anyway. On the point of Willian, whatever you think about this, interpret it yourself. Odds have been slashed massively for Willian to Manchester United. I've been saying for a number of weeks that Willian to Manchester United can happen. It won't happen until the end of July, the start of August, because United don't need to rush that. They've got to wait and see what the situation is with Chelsea. Willian's part of the World Cup squad. Then he's going to have a holiday. He's Premier League proven. You could sign him the week before the season starts and know that he can adapt to the team. So nothing's going to happen with him anytime soon. We spoke about Jack Wilshere last night. If you didn't watch the video last night, again, I was a little bit on it, passionate, and I'm not happy about any links to Jack Wilshere, and I don't want him at United. But one thing that did sort of hit me overnight was that if we're looking at a free transfer midfielder that Mourinho might be tempted by, Yaya Toure, might just be worth just thinking about that one. Again, wouldn't want him anywhere near the club. I mean, how old is he now? I thought he retired 2 years ago, and all his success has been at Man City. So that's all three massive ticks against getting him, but might just be somebody worth keeping your eye on, because who knows what could happen with that. But going back to what I spoke about at the start, would I swap Ronaldo for Pogba? Now, a couple of weeks ago we asked this question, and a lot of people said, no, I wouldn't swap Ronaldo for Pogba in a million years. Are you mad? This, that and the other. You know what? I know it's controversial, and but it's my opinion. It's not the United stand opinion. It's my opinion. I would swap him. And you know why I'd swap him? Because, as I said a few minutes ago, I think with Ronaldo, I think what we're seeing in this World Cup is what we don't see when we watch him for Real Madrid, when he's surrounded by great players and he has a bad game and people say, oh, he's dropping off, this, that and the other. What we see in a Portugal shirt is the real Ronaldo, the passionate Ronaldo, the smile on his face Ronaldo, the want to do it for the country that he's born in Ronaldo, the player who single-handedly has scored all their 4 goals in 2 games, the player that scores free kicks, that scores good goals, that is pumped, that is super fast, that can still take people on, can finish. I think Ronaldo is still the player he has been for the last 10 years. He's coming towards the end, but the drop-off is not exaggerated like people are exaggerating it. Would I swap Ronaldo for Pogba? Effectively, when you take out the emotion, and I love Pogba, I want him to do really well, but there's 2 things that really stand out to me here. One, personality and drive to succeed. Well, Ronaldo has it in abundance and Pogba hasn't got it yet. 2, Ronaldo is one of the best players to ever play football and Pogba isn't. I think if it was a straight swap, I'd do it, because I think United could do a straight swap for Ronaldo and Pogba and then spend £100 million on Milinkovic-Savic, and you've probably got a better midfielder. And that's only my opinion. And I know I don't like saying things that are gonna frustrate people, and I totally and utterly understand if you would never go near that deal, and I totally and utterly respect why you wouldn't go near that deal. But me personally, would I swap Ronaldo for Pogba? Yeah, I would. I think it would be better for United as of things are now. There'd have to be that if Pogba goes, you'd have to replace him with Milinkovic-Savic or somebody of that equivalence. But yeah, a straight swap, Ronaldo for Pogba with no money involved, would I do it? Yeah. Would Real Madrid do it? No. They'd want money as well. Of course they would. And that's probably too far for me. But I think it's an interesting one. And I just thought, well, 2 weeks ago we spoke about it. And I think my opinion's changed in that 2 weeks. And I wanted to get all your opinions. So if you are watching the show today, do give us your thoughts on Boateng. Really interesting things about Boateng. I mean, like I say, he's not played 20 league games in the last 3 seasons individually. He's not played half a season for Bayern Munich. He's 30 in September. Is that really what we should be looking at for £40 million? £40 million when you can get Longley for 30. You probably get Koulibaly for 40. I don't think he's the right option, but German sources seem to think he is. Give us your thoughts on the centre-back situation. But yeah, do give us your comments there. Ronaldo, Pogba. Has it changed your mind over the last 2 months? And do you agree with what I just said there? You've got one of the best players that's ever lived, and he's still doing really great things against Pogba, who's not fulfilled that potential yet, but he still could. But also, it's the mentality, the winning mentality, the drive, the passion that Ronaldo gives you that Pogba yet hasn't got. Give us your thoughts below. We are a channel about opinion, and my opinion's not necessarily right. It's just what I feel at the moment. I don't want Pogba to go. I'm answering a hypothetical. But yeah, if I was given the option of swapping him directly for Pogba, and then I'd go and buy Milinkovic-Savic, you know what? I think I probably would. It's all about honesty, isn't it? Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Please do drop a like on the video. Give us your comments below. We're back live again at 9 PM tonight, as per usual during the World Cup. It's 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. And hopefully, I still keep clinging on to that we're going to get some United news this week. It's Thursday. We need a bit of concrete. Oh, I forgot to say, I said it last night. Fred's probably going to be official today as well. Thanks for watching.